Okay, so I've been talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first one back in 2018, for years now. I mean, I crap talked the movie for like a year because I didn't think it was going to be any good. I didn't even like the trailers all that much. And then I saw it and it was like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's absolutely amazing. I think it probably is the best Spider-Man movie ever made. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it. Like, as much as we crap talk Sony, the two best Spider-Man movies ever made are not Disney made. Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. At any rate, now over the past couple of years, we've seen about a collective 30 minutes of footage from the new one, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Last year at CinemaCon, they showed us about 15 minutes. This year, just a few weeks ago at CinemaCon, they showed us about another 15 minutes. And it looks fantastic. However, we know that movie studios are very good at making their movies look like they're good and showing you the best stuff that they can. Meanwhile, the rest of it is kind of crap. Now, the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a bona fide huge success. It won the Academy Award for Best Animated Film and got a 97% critic score with a 93% audience score. Now, it did okay at the box office at $384 million. That just tells me that a lot of people thought the way I did, that it didn't look all that good. So they didn't go see it. How many people are going to go see the new one? Probably a lot more. Well, the first reactions for the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse are now out. And I don't need a sequel to be as good as the first one because the first one was so good, just be close to as good. But according to some of the reactions, it is significantly better than the first one. One or two even saying it might be their favorite movie of all time. When you go over to Variety's headline is this: Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse's first reactions tease the sequel as an, quote, actual work of art, darker and sadder than expected. Here's some of those reactions. I'll talk about why I'm worried about that sadder comment in just a second. But one of my favorite movie websites, Cinema Blend, their managing editor, Sean O'Connell, wrote this about it. Okay, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse lives one step above masterpiece. It's an actual work of art. Every frame deserves to be hung in a museum. The jokes and nods to Spidey lore are perfect. It's outstanding. The best Spider-Man movie, might be my favorite movie ever. Cherish it. From there, we go over to Brian Davis, who wrote, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is yet another resounding win for the Lord Miller-produced universe. Haley Steinfeld really comes into her own as Gwen Stacy, and her scenes with Shea Whigham's Captain Stacy are truly special. It's darker and sadder than I expected, but necessary. Tessa Smith writes, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse raised the bar with its unique animation style and way of storytelling. Minds were blown when it was released, and fans thought there was no way it could be topped. Well, think again. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse raises its own bar, which seemed impossible. She goes on to say, there are shocking twists, unexpected surprises, and a story that truly makes sense for the crazy multiverse world that we have all jumped headfirst into. The new Spider people are all amazing. Across the Spider-Verse never feels its length. Because, I mean, one of the things we talked about is that this movie is supposed to be like nudging up against 2 hours and 20 minutes, but ain't nobody's complaining about the length of it. So that's good to hear. And we'll finish off here with Mike Ryan, who wrote, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is not surprisingly terrific. It's a bigger story spread out over this movie and the next, but it's still about Miles just wanting to be accepted for who he is. There's a lot of Spider people in this movie. I laughed out loud like 8 times. Now look, we are accustomed to hearing first reactions skew a little bit more positive because there's two different things. There's first reactions and then there's the full reviews. And in the first reactions, you're just allowed to give like a little quick blurb. And when you're all allowed to do is a little quick blurb, you tend to focus more on the positive stuff. And we've seen some times where later when the full reviews come out, they come a little bit more down to earth. But this one, we're seeing quotes like above masterpiece. We're seeing some quotes like favorite movie ever. We're saying raises the bar over the first one. We're seeing phrases like work of art and all this kind of stuff. And it's pretty damn exciting as somebody who loved the first movie. Chris, you saw the footage that we saw at CinemaCon. Mm-hmm. These reactions that are coming out now, do they kind of fall in line where you thought they'd be? Are they better than you thought they'd be? What's your expectation?
They're right on the money of where they should be, in my opinion. Because we've been seeing footage from this for the past 2 years, and I have been dying for people to see it because it all, even unfinished, has looked so incredible. The art has been astounding. The actual story clips that we've gotten to see have been so moving. So to have everybody have this reaction to the full finished product makes me so, so happy. You know, the first one really found its footing once it did go to streaming, and it got such a big audience there afterwards. Yeah. So I'm really excited to have all of this praise surrounding this movie, plus people who found the movie later on in life who are going to go to theaters and go see this. I think this is astounding. Bombastic Bagman, thank you so much. I'm so happy he's in here. All these spider people being featured. Everyone's saying that all the spider people are balanced out well, that it's so fun, that it's also a very moving kind of melancholy film too, which I think goes back to what Lord and Miller want people to think about animation. It's not a genre, it's a medium for storytelling that can be very profound, moving, and dark. And I am thrilled to see what they do with this, especially with that darker kind of notion we've got in a lot of these through lines.
Now, I should point out, as I started going through all the different sites and seeing all the reactions myself, they weren't all perfect. I mean, I found one reaction that didn't love the movie, but their reasoning seemed to be, at least what they wrote, was that the movie feels too much like part one of a two-part story. Yeah,
I found one that was just about how it felt a bit too superhero tropey, that it fell into some of the same patterns other superhero things do.
Right, which is, you expect to see stuff like that. And listen, I've seen movies too that I thought this movie just felt too much like a setup for the next one. But I should point out that I only found one that said that. Nobody else seemed to mention it.
We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.
Guys, question is for you. What do you think about these first reactions we're seeing for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? Now, they seem to be mind-blowingly good. Does it raise your expectations for the movie? Does it not do anything for it? Have you bought your tickets already? Maybe you don't care about Spider-Man whatsoever. Whatever you guys think about this, take a second, jump down to the comment section below, and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and check out our daily podcast, the John Campea Show podcast, available on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts. And also, make sure you subscribe to our John Campea daily newsletter. You'll find the links down in the description of this video.